Well, good afternoon. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Well, Josh, we did it. It's almost over. Season 1, 29 episodes. I can't believe it. Nuts. It's, this was just like a random idea. You know, it's like, hey, we should watch this old show. I've never watched it, you know. Red Letter Media likes Star Trek. Let's watch the first season of the first ever thing about Star Trek. And holy shit, kicked off the channel into us having a Patreon, which I never thought would happen, which a link down below for that as well. And it's weird. Like, I'm excited it's the season finale, but also knowing the show, it's just going to be another episode. But not to say it's not going to be great. A lot of the episodes are fantastic, but it's like it doesn't really feel like a culmination. But still,
yeah. Definitely keep my expectations a little tempered in that way of realizing this isn't a season finale in that way. If anything, the last episode probably is going to end up feeling more like that than this one would be my guess. But overall, yeah, the reception for us watching this show has been great the last few months. Obviously, we really appreciate that. If you want to see our full reactions to these episodes, we did start that Patreon that a lot of people are enjoying too. But even just, you know, moving forward throughout this show, it's awesome knowing jumping into the second season when we do that here soon that there's all of you guys here watching it with us. So, you know, we know that audience is already there. And yeah, that's really exciting. But I don't want to overshadow the fact that we are watching the season finale of this one, Operation Annihilate. I'm pretty excited. Don't know anything about it, obviously, but excited to jump into what is the first finale of a season of Star Trek, and we will have our comments afterwards, but we're only going to be focusing on this episode. We're going to be doing a separate, more long-form discussion video of the whole season in its entirety, so that'll be coming on the channel later. But yeah, I'm ready to just jump in, talk about this episode, and if it's your first time here by chance, we have a lot of new people to the channel too because of the success of how everyone loves, you know, the City on the Edge of Forever. A lot of people have been finding our channel through that episode, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. And to address one thing from last week, I thought that the mustache dude was Drew Barrymore's dad. Apparently it's not. So that's a mistake for me assuming that and not really, you know, looking into it. They just look alike. I'm like, that. I thought definitely that was Drew Barrymore's dad. So sorry to that actor. He's probably not alive. Doesn't care. But I'm assuming you weren't racist, sir, so my apologies.
Yeah, and I will quickly address, too, the comments. I loved that first people were coming in adamant that it was the first use of the word hell or a curse word on network TV. Then other people came in adamant that it absolutely was not the first time it was used. And then you had middle-of-the-road people come in that were like, well, it was one of the first times. So love to see that discussion and back and forth going on in the comments, too. That's great. But, all right, we're going to jump in here. Season finale of Season 1 of Star Trek, the original series. Let's get going.
Gotta bring in Sulu for the season finale.
The overall pattern of mass insanity destroying civilizations follows an almost straight line through this section of the galaxy.
What's your theory about the cause of all this?
There is no medical or scientific cause for what happened on those planets, Jim.
Fair enough.
We're picking up a ship on our sensors, heading directly into the Denovan Sun.
Anytime there's a lot of exposition like that, I feel like it's going to be a dense episode. A lot going on.
Yep. Quick little dump at the beginning to get you ready.
Out over H7.
Oh, shit! Everyone's here.
Full crew.
Reverse your course.
Oh, you can see the little ship on the screen.
Oh, I'm looking at the sun. Like, that's a ship? Are you sure, guys? I see it now. Yeah, that little guy.
He's too close, Captain.
So are we.
I'd get out of there. Obviously, it doesn't affect them.
Finally gone. I'm free. Burned up, Captain.
Oh.
What?
I thought it wasn't affecting them, but no, they killed themselves, essentially.
They said they're finally free, though. Free of what?
That Denovan ship headed deliberately into the sun. Why?
There's one possibility. The mass insanity may have reached this planet, too. Your brother Sam, his family. Aren't they stationed on this planet?
What?
Yeah, didn't he mention a brother before? I can't remember if he did or not. Or if it was a comment.
I can't remember.
Please hurry. Help us. I have much time. They'll know. Please, please.
O'Reilly,
help us.
this is Jim on the Enterprise.
So that's why he had a private transmitter. It was family.
Contact broken, sir.
Reestablish.
And that's why he was so concerned about it, probably.
I'm not interested in your excuses, Lieutenant. Reestablish contact with that transmitter.
I'm afraid that's impossible at the moment, Captain.
Standing up for herself, but respectfully.
My brother Sam lives on Denver. He's a research biologist. That woman sounded like his wife, O'Reilly.
Personal story. Oh, they're bringing Scotty.
Yeah, I like the stories where they bring in character, their personal details, because a lot of times they just show up at this random place with random events that have no connection. But those little details like this, where you can show a little more light on their personal lives, is always interesting.
Oh, look at this. This is a nice set.
I like that they purposely put the camera way back up there to show, like, hey, this is all here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not just a blue wall. Oh my god, are they like a college campus or something?
They signaled us once. There should be someone there. Let's find out what's happening.
He's starting to talk like how they make fun of him.
And I was gonna say, here comes the ADR. They're outside.
It seemed, yeah, did seem very off. Oh god, it's the Power Rangers.
Fire!
Damn. Oh, stunned though. Okay.
But I'm getting a very high reading, as though even in their unconscious state, they're being violently stimulated.
It's rough. It's rough. Do you think maybe it's like they're all just going crazy? That's got to be his sister-in-law.
Is this your brother, Jim?
They're not gonna kill his brother like that. Oh! It's him.
I was about to say, is it him just with the mustache? Oh, come on, show us him one more time.
It is my brother. Was my brother.
Oh, no way.
I'm sorry, Jim. The boy is unconscious, but he's still alive.
Oh, he had a son?
Take charge of the landing party, Mr. Spock. I want some answers to all this.
I can't buy that his brother's just dead. Introduce him just to be dead? Oh, is he gonna have to tell her?
Jim? Sam, he's
dead.
Oh.
Oh, she's back. Nurse Chapel?
they're spreading, Jim. They need us to be their arms and legs,
Hopefully they didn't bring it on the Enterprise.
forcing us to build ships for them.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Alright, Jim's gonna have to adopt his nephew. No choice.
This poor kid's gonna wake up to a rude awakening. He's gonna become the Batman of the Star Trek universe.
My brother's son.
I'll do everything I can, Jim, to save him.
Yeah, maybe he won't even be able to survive either. Shit, dude. Kirk's losing everybody. Last episode and now this episode.
Uh-oh. He's going down by himself to figure it out.
He's back.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Let's go find out what it is. Set your faces on Force 3 to kill.
Damn. Not messing around anymore.
And we already know it will kill.
Maybe that stigma of him talking like that just came from ADR. Like, it's obviously not how he talks enclosed indoors.
That's a good point.
But when he's talking outside, he has this, you know...
The cadence.
It might just be from ADR. Yeah.
So they like parasites.
It's like a fucking pancake.
I was about to be like, oh, it's unaffected by the phaser. Then it just dropped dead.
Doesn't even look real.
Oh, they gave her a line. Nice. Space termite. Ah!
Oh, no.
No!
Rip it off. Come on, Jim.
Jim! Grab it! Thanks for the help, guys.
Kind of like the xenomorph.
You looked actually scared there.
What do they call the xenomorph when it's like the face sucker?
Ship surgeon Dr. McCoy is examining a strange puncture wound left by one of the...
Oh, punctured him. Yep.
Oh, instead of a chest burster, it's going to be like a back burster.
Ew.
The readings have never looked like that before, not even on Mr. Spock.
It's really cool that they brought her back, though. I know she was like, I think she was dating Gene Roddenberry or something, but it's cool that they bring her back because it's like she hasn't been here in so many episodes. To me, it just like gives it that little bit of continuity. Like, oh, she's still this nurse on the ship. Oh, did they get it out?
Pieces of some form of living tissue. I removed one from Spock's spinal cord, the other from your...
Oh.
His body's full of these tentacles, entwining and growing all about his nervous system.
Oh, no.
This makes me sick, man.
We're all stumped.
Oh! Too late!
Let's take shit, Spock.
Spock's the strongest one, too!
Oh! Oh my god. Oh, he's going for the neck pinch.
Oh, they teased that perfectly. Oh, take your time.
Take it down.
Wow. That was a great sequence.
That was.
These restraints will no longer be necessary. Nor will your sedatives, Doctor.
Do you think he was trying to fly into the sun as well?
Oh, yeah, good point. But I think he's totally bullshitting right now.
The mind can be controlled.
You only have Vulcan. What about the human half of you?
It is proving to be an inconvenience. It wants this ship, but I am resisting. Let me help.
But we can't take any chances.
It literally infected the worst member of the crew to infect.
There are over 1 million colonists on that planet down there. Just as much your responsibility.
Oh, they're all, oh yeah, they're all infected with this shit. They can't leave.
Also, I totally flipped my opinion in that scene because of Leonard Nimoy's acting. Like, at first I'm like, oh, he's lying to them, bullshitting them, and they're going to let him free. But now I believe him, and they're not letting him free. He's going to break out?
Ah! The smartest guy on the ship is also the strongest.
Mr. Spock, I thought you were still confined to sickbay.
He looks pretty groggy, too.
The captain said no one was to transport down. Mr. Spock!
Ah! Oh, no! Oh, Scotty's getting up.
He's right there, Mr. Spock. Or I'll put you to sleep for sure.
What a shot right there.
Scotty, me and my lunchbox are going down on the planet, whether you like it or not.
And also, too, throughout the season, we haven't really seen much interaction between, like, Spock and Scotty, you know. For them to have that confrontation is pretty nice.
Since my nervous system is already affected, I don't believe they could do much more to me.
Jim, this is ridiculous.
Kirk trusts him.
Your logic, as usual, is inescapable.
Logic wins today.
Meanwhile, the crew member that he gave the neck pinch to is just laying in the corner of the room, just passed out.
No, you missed it. He got up.
Oh.
It was good. You saw him get up going like this.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And he's just like, all right, I'll move on.
Time to go back to work.
Yep, back to work. Assaulted by your own crew member, back to work.
Spock goes to work with his lunchbox. That's what this looks like. Oh, jeez.
It's my boss catching me walking in late. Oh! Oh, there you go. One down.
This reminds me of the episode where everyone was like drunk or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's like almost like that, but like taken to another level.
Now, do these things give a fuck about you if you've already been bitten? That's the question. Like a zombie type thing. The one ship in the beginning flew into the sun because they were able to break free. Yeah.
Something in the sun killed that thing before the Donovan died.
They said heat didn't work, though.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that, too. And he said also radiation and stuff didn't work.
What other qualities or properties does the sun have?
Intense light?
It's bright. It radiates a blinding light if you're close enough.
You can't move Denver closer to the sun, Jim.
No, but you can move the equivalent of the sun to Denver.
Bones is just mad he didn't think of that.
Ready, Doctor.
Put on your mask.
Nice goggles. That's how bright I'm trying to have it. In my house. Where do I get those bulbs?
It worked. We can do it.
Jeez, everyone trying to fit in the doorway at the same time there.
But what about the people who are infected?
Well, I don't know. Maybe trial.
Maybe. There's no time for maybes, Bones.
Gotta put Spock in there.
I am the logical choice.
I agree completely.
Unfortunately, you're both right.
Keep your eyes closed.
I love that you can tell Kirk is like uneasy about this.
No warning.
Yeah, they didn't give him a countdown.
No countdown.
Yeah. Dude, those goggles are stylish.
Spock, are you all right?
The creature within me is gone.
Oh.
And I'm also quite blind.
Oh, what?
An equitable trade, Doctor. Thank you.
What is it?
I threw the total spectrum of light at the creature. It wasn't necessary.
You're telling me
Oh my god.
that Spock need not have been blinded?
Spock,
Doctor, it was my selection as well. It is done.
Also, Kirk, you were urging him to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna
we have no
say.
time.
Yeah, if he hadn't been like, we have no time, it's like, he couldn't wait 5 minutes.
And I get it was for dramatic effect, but like, did Spock really just get up and start walking without being able to see anything?
It's like everyone on the planet will be cured, but now they'll just have these dead creatures everywhere, or are they just gonna disintegrate?
Yeah, full disintegration.
Imagine the smell.
Oh.
Tell Spock. It worked.
you'll be happy to hear that.
It wasn't your fault. Bones.
I'm glad they gave him that. I didn't expect that. I thought they were just going to move on.
Captain, look. Mr. Spock.
I'm fine.
The blindness was temporary, Jim. There's something about his optical nerves which aren't the same as a human's.
Vulcans, yay!
The brightness of the Vulcan sun has caused the development of an inner eyelid. We tend to ignore it, as you ignore your own appendix.
They didn't even know what to say. They're speechless.
I said, please don't tell Spock that I said he was the best first officer in the fleet.
Why, thank you, Dr. McCoy.
You've been so concerned about his Vulcan eyes, Doctor. You forgot about his Vulcan ears.
Oh.
Alright, well, I'm glad that you're all having fun joking around, but how about the fact that your brother just died? You gonna...
What about the orphan?
Yeah, is he okay? Did you tell him his parents are dead? Okay.
This felt like the beginning. Like, it felt like this could have been a first episode as well. You know, it's like big exposition dump. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, it's this. Oh, this doesn't work. How is this going to end? Nice little resolution with them busting Spock's balls and a little nice little banter. Yeah, it's like this was another classic Star Trek episode.
I am serious about what I just said there at the end. Like, that's my biggest problem with the episode is that they use his brother as this setup at the beginning and then literally kill him off immediately. It was funny to see William Shatner in a mustache, but kill him off immediately, and then there's really no emotional... there's a couple they throw in there while his wife is still alive, but after she dies, there's really no emotional moments of Kirk, like, coming to terms with this. And I understood in the moment, like, oh, well, he's dealing with this dire situation. He doesn't really have time to, like, mourn his brother. But then after that, it's all over. They're, like, joking on the bridge. It's like, did he even have a funeral? Like, unless they're implying that all of the dead people, like, weren't dead and came back, but they didn't say that. So, yeah, that's very, very weird to me. But putting that aside, fun episode for me. Parasites are like terrifying and very disgusting to me, the thought of them. So anything that has to do with that, like, Alien or James Gunn's Slither or any plot like that, always is super effective on me. So that really got under my skin in this episode. And I thought it was, like we said, it was kind of like the episode The Naked Time, but taken to the next level.
I wouldn't say this is my favorite, but it's definitely like a solid solid entry. Like everyone was involved. Sulu not so much, but everyone had a little piece of the pie. The set, wherever they were outside, that was awesome. Yeah, I think the strongest parts in this episode were definitely the dialogue between the main three, and nice little resolution. And for them to introduce a twist like so fast, I mean, like when there's only like 5 minutes left, you're like, what? And then they can just write it off as, blah blah blah, extra eyelid. Let's make fun of Spock for that.
I had totally bought into thinking that it was going to be the season was going to end on this, like, not necessarily a cliffhanger, but just kind of like that character development of like, oh, Spock is blind now, and then going into season 2 of maybe fixing that in the first episode, or Spock's just blind the rest of the series, which I don't like. I would have been very surprised, but I would have been like, it's possible. But obviously that wasn't the case, and it ends up getting not thrown away. It was still an effective moment, and I actually do like the explanation they came up with of his inner eyelid that they weren't aware of, so that's cool. A lot of cool moments in this episode. The Spock in the bridge having to getting taken down by everybody, him against Scotty. Definitely a lot of cool moments, but overall as an episode, yeah, I would just say it was solid, middle of the pack, probably for me overall. Some of it was really effective. Definitely one I would watch again. Definitely one I would revisit. It was a good time watching it. I was not bored at all during the whole thing, that's for sure. So,
and it's nice because there's so many times when I'm watching television or even movies where I'm counting in my head like, okay, we're around 60 minutes. This is a 2-hour movie. Fuck. But with this, it's like they keep throwing stuff at you, and it's like, oh, like even at the end, like, oh, Spock's blind now. What? And I wonder if Spock being blind temporarily, there's a character in The Next Generation, I believe, named Geordi LaForge, who I think is blind. He wears a visor, so I wonder if something like this could inspire that. Like, what if there was a blind member of the Enterprise? So it's nice to see possible little teases, because I know one character from a previous episode with a god complex inspired a character called Q from The Next Generation. But I'm getting way ahead of myself here.
Yeah,
but
and I'm clueless to all that. So
yeah, a fine season finale that perfectly represented Star Trek. In my opinion, it's all there. Fine episode.
Yeah, the scenes with the big three, the dialogue scenes with the big three. That's another trademark from this season, and we'll talk more about it in our discussion video where we're going to talk about our favorite episodes, characters, all that stuff from the season. But I felt genuine euphoria watching this episode, watching the big three talking to each other, and just like, I don't know, man. Like, I love this show, and it's like. We're just getting started, not just with this show, but the entire franchise. But we're just getting started, and it's like crazy. Yeah, I'll leave it there. We'll talk more about it in that. It'll be coming soon, hopefully, that video. So stay tuned for that. Comment down below any thoughts you have on the season in general, as well as this episode. If there's anything about the season you want to comment on, maybe we'll bring up some questions or comments about the season in that video too. So comment those down below. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't, become part of the target audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching along with us this entire first season of Star Trek Original Series. Stay tuned for Season 2, coming very soon. I'm Alex. This is Josh. We are the target audience. Content is made for absolutely everybody, but we think it's specifically made for us and hopefully for you as well. Thanks again. We'll see you next season.